Why don't we take a quick peek over at corn? There's been a lot written and talked about both corn and beans, but I'm going to focus on corn today. Look, we had a move from 320 up to 399 and a half. 399 and a half. What does that tell me? That tells me that there was probably a lot of bushels offered for sale and the country around the country elevators in the country. So at $4. So when we start to see moves like that happen, that's what kind of tells me. It's the sniff test tells me we had some decent amount of corn in the country for sale at $4 at some of these elevators. So that's going to be something that we're going to need to get through if you're a bull still, and then healthily trade above those levels. I think the next one would be the high of the year at 404 and three quarters. And that's going to be another thing that those guys are kind of looking at. So you need to know what the other team's thinking about if you're just a fundamentalist. Yeah, it was a hot and dry end of the year, and we took the top off some of these bushels, these estimates. But the chartists are now looking at that $4 level, and then maybe 404 and three quarters, which was the high of the year. So that's going to be their target. Keep an eye on that if they try to make that happen. Is there a risk that we could, backfill? I guess is the best word. Yeah, sure. If you want to take a look at that, I'd say 381 would be the first backfill level. 370 would be then after that. And if we give back half of that rally that we just talked about from 320 up to 399 and a half, you're looking at around 360. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's the bases are getting. There's some decent basis bids out there. I think that we need the corn, and I think that we definitely, as the USDA has said, there's been some degradation. Right, we took the top off the bushels, took the top off production. Where we end up, plus or minus 2 billion, also will have something to do with it. But it's definitely not what we thought was going to be there. So those are the levels to the downside. You have to keep those in mind. Look, I just try to give you all of the things that both sides of the camps are thinking about, whether you're a bull or a bear or a technician or a fundamentalist, because those are all important. And you have to know, the coach can draw up the X's and the O's on the chalkboard for the football team, but it's really hard to write what the other guy is going to do against what you're chalking up. And so just remember, the other team moves too. It's not that easy, okay? That's what I try to really let everybody know, because even though you think this what might happen, keep an eye on what other people are thinking is going to happen, because it will make you a better all-around trader, or at least make better all-around decisions. Lastly, I love to see this. Volatility's back, right? Oh my gosh. And as a trader and even as a broker, you love the volatility, because that's good for the market. And volatility's been gone for probably the last 5 years, right? And it's been around for other markets, but the commodities have kind of taken a vacation on that. So I would say that that's something that you're going to now have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Don't shy away from it. It gives great opportunity. Don't be afraid. But just get that risk down on paper, right? That's the most important thing. Get your risk, get that plan together. What are you going to do if the market does this, then what? Have those decision trees going, so you've got your risk down on paper, and you can sleep at night during these really volatile times, because we've now finally got a little bit of this volatility back. So keep in mind all those things I just talked about. That big rally we've had, we stopped at 399 and a half. Are we going to try to push through $4? If we do, it's 404 and three quarters. If you want to see some backfilling, or you're expecting backfilling, I've just given you some levels there. If you're looking to the downside, then ultimately, hey, it's going to be a rocky road here. We're going to continue to see this volatility, and if you're like me, I'm glad to see the volatility back.